I think. Hello, welcome to Naturally You. I'm Ashley Pappas, and I wanted to just chat really quick today about something that I was thinking about earlier when I was getting ready for the day, and I just thought that it'd be a good time to just pop on and talk about it. And so, what I wanted to talk about is I don't know if you've ever gone to make a any kind of good change in your life. Like it can be weight loss, it could be, pursuing the new career, it could be any kind of personal development, personal growth. But have you ever gone to do that and it seems like all of a sudden there are all of these fires just like starting all around you, like in all areas of your life? Because what tends to happen is we go and we start making these amazing changes in our lives, and it seems like we're getting pushback from like all of these different other areas. Like for example, you might be losing weight, and then you notice that there's friction in your relationship, or you might notice that you're not as happy at work, or some of your friendships, like you start to see that they're one-sided, or you start to become aware of things that you never were before. And part of that is that when we make good changes for ourselves, we start to gain confidence as we walk down that path. Even if you were a confident person before, as you start to make those changes, you start to have more confidence. You start to be more secure, more in alignment with who you are naturally. And as that comes into alignment, what tends to happen is the areas that are out of alignment in other parts of your life become more glaringly obvious and less okay with you. And you get like that confidence, but then you also start to have more self respect. You start to have more boundaries. You start to feel more in touch with yourself. And the things that used to be acceptable aren't acceptable anymore. And you start to, in all honesty, those fires were always there. The times that there might be conflicts in relationships that pop up, it might be because of the change of dynamics, it might be because you're confident and all of a sudden it's threatening, or it could be that you're confident and you might be stealing the spotlight from a friend, or it just brings all of the things that are out of balance, all of the things that are out of alignment, and it makes it more clear. You might find that all of a sudden your house is a total disaster, and you feel compelled to like take actions to change that because it's the inertia of it. Once you start to make that forward motion, all of these good things happen. It's not just the one thing that you're going for. So like, I'm doing the 40 to 40 challenge, and I'm one of the things I'm focusing on is losing weight. And as I'm going through that, I've already started to experience changes in my body. And that's gotten rid of some of the insecurities, some of the defeating thought processes that I've unconsciously let in. But in addition to that, even before that, I started, long before I started taking these tools and using them in my everyday life, things like meditation, things like checking in with myself throughout the day. Because if you had seen me, probably like, I don't know, if you saw me 20 years ago, I was like, the word mess does not accompany it. I was a chronic victim. Everything happened to me. I had no power in my life. Absolutely no power. Everything happened to me. I had a reason why I couldn't improve my situation. It didn't matter if it was a living situation, a career situation, whatever it was. I always had a million excuses on why I couldn't do anything about it. And as we start to move through this process, we become more empowered. We start to see the areas where we have control. Like Granted, there's not a whole lot in life we have control over when it comes down to it, but we have control over the way that we act and the way that we react. And it might not be that initial snap reaction, but with time we can shift that and we can control how that initial snap reaction comes through. And it becomes this journey. And those fires that I'm talking about, those things that seem to pop up all around us, the things that, can be very easily written off as a sign from the universe that maybe it's not the right time to follow through with this, or maybe, it's not worth the trouble. But the thing is you're worth the trouble, okay? You are 100% worth it. And anything pushing back, anything telling you that you're not, keep your head high, keep moving forward, and it will sort itself out. Because we can't control the way that, anything outside of ourselves reacts or acts. But as we start to make that forward momentum, even just myself personally, I started this journey long ago, but it's always changing because we're dynamic beings. Like, we are all always changing, and there's always more to learn. There's always more to be revealed. And even though, something that I used to always say is that, I might be in a really good place right now, but I want to continue to do the work on myself. I want to continue to try to become a better person. And by a better person, I don't mean societal norms. I don't mean expectations. I don't mean anything like that. I mean becoming a better person in the sense of coming into alignment with who I really am naturally deep down, with the person who loves to live their life like they're in a musical. I full disclosure, I sing as I do things throughout the day. I will narrate my life in song, and I love it. And anything that takes me away from that probably isn't great for me. I love adventure. I really can't stand dishonesty. Like, in situations where I have to be dishonest, which are far and few, but I can't stand it. Like, it eats me up inside. Things like being late all the time. Things like being a good friend, being a good parent. One thing that I'm struggling with a lot right now is I've got a teenage daughter, and she's doing teenage daughter things. And, they like to sleep in, they like to stay up late. Can't say I'm not much different myself, but it's led to her oversleeping a few times. And as a parent, I want to dive in and rescue her. But I know that that's not appropriate. I know that when she goes to college in a couple of years, that's not going to be okay. Like, because she has to learn to do that for herself. And so, like, right now, there's misalignment there, and I'm learning to kind of navigate and bring that into alignment in a way that where I'm not doing it for her, but I'm inspiring her to do it for herself while I hold her hand through it and then let go of her hand like training wheels. So I just wanted to pop in and chat with you a little bit about, whenever you do anything to make any kind of good change in your life, you're going to get pushback from the areas of your life that aren't in alignment. And that's okay. Keep your head high, keep moving forward. Know that you can do this. And don't be afraid to be naturally you. I'll see you next time. Bye.